Hi everyone, welcome to Anu's classroom. Today we are going to start with MMPC 13, that is business law. Before starting, let me be upfront honest with you. This is one of my least favorite subjects because of the entire law thing, which we'll have to, you know, mug up. It's kind of like a dead subject, but I'll try my best to make it lively as much as possible. All right, so be prepared. Okay, though uh, things might seem like yeah we know, or while explaining to you you might feel that yeah I get it. The problem with this subject is that it deals with constitution and all the laws and things like that, the law part of it, the legality. So we might have to mug up a bit of the clauses, the wordings. Most of it gets repeated here and there, so unless you go thoroughly prepared, the problem with this subject is going to be that at one point you might get confused where to write what. Okay, because almost everything is similar, some points changing here and there. So that is one caution up front, but you leave that aside, it is a very good subject. Okay, and if you are by chance from a law background, okay, people do go for MBA after completing their law degree. In that case, this is going to be a piece of cake, and you guys can correct me if I am wrong, if I say something wrong as well. Okay, because I am not a law expert in any way, neither is this my strongest subject that there is, but I will do my best to help you out. So let's get started. What exactly do you understand by business law? So in this video we'll be talking about the concepts from block 1. Unlike the other subjects, this has a quite a few number of blocks, like around 6 blocks are there. And um, as per the question paper pattern, though you can be sure that you can expect at least one question from each block, some blocks get like some blocks you might see two questions being asked, from some blocks you might see just one question being asked. Even there, when um, questions are asked from two questions are being asked from a block, you will see that most blocks have maybe like two or three units in them. Okay, so sometimes from both the units you will get questions, sometimes even from three blocks you might just get one question. So it becomes a little tricky in that way also, if you are thinking of just scoring marks. Also, this is a little bit vast than the other MMPC courses out here. Okay, so what exactly is business law? When you think about business law, what you should understand is that it is not a small portion of the law. It is actually quite vast in its scope, and therefore it is kind of like an umbrella term, you can say, an all encompassing umbrella term, which is used for providing the legal and regulatory framework for doing a business. Just like, say, our constitution also, right? In our constitution there is laws regarding each and every, like almost a good amount of aspects of our day to day lives, what is accepted, what is not, all those things. And apart from the constitution, there is our local traditions and customs and things like that also, which makes certain actions acceptable and certain actions not acceptable. So everything together is what binds us as Indians, right? uh, it's not just one particular thing. Similarly is business law. Okay, there are a lot of things. It's a collection, you can say, of multiple laws. Laws are what you can say, statutes and everything. Okay, clauses, customs, all those things that what you can say, provide a framework which can get a business going. Okay, from its inception till its dissolution, and even after that, what is acceptable, what is not acceptable, can you do this, can you do that, is it right for somebody else to do that to you, is it right for you to do something to someone else, things like that. All the rights, your duties, everything and anything that you might even think of while doing a business, that is business law. So, by definition, you can define business law as that portion of our legal system which guarantees an orderly conduct of business affairs and the settlement of legitimate disputes in a just manner. It establishes a set of rules and prescribes the conduct that will enable us to avoid misunderstandings and injury in our business relationships. Like, for example, you are doing a business, someone else is also doing a business. If the other party does something, okay, and it hurts your business, is it fine? Can you sue him? Can you be sued? Okay, or am I eligible for an insurance claim for this? If they are not giving me, is it right for them? Can I sue? All those things, okay, mainly related to, can I get justice or not, or can I what you can say, can he do that, or can the other party do it for me, to me, or not? Is it right for my employees to go do certain things? All everything, okay, comes under business law. The significance or the reason why we need such a business law is so that it can help us in creating an orderly treatment of business affairs. It facilitates the regulation of commercial activities in accordance with the established practices of law. Okay, it provides for settlement of disputes. It aids in establishing an environment that is needed for responsible and peaceful business dealings. Okay, so not just among different enterprises or business organizations, but also so that the rights of the employees of those organizations or even of the customers, suppliers, everybody is safeguarded. So that is the significance or the importance of business law. The objectives include setting up a comprehensive set of standards that will be applicable universally, that is, to all the organizations, business organizations, all the different types of business organizations. Okay, it will help in promoting industrial growth. Why? If there is a clear cut rules, set of rules defined, it becomes easy for the businesses rather than operating in a free market where anything and everything is allowed, right? So that is the thing. It promotes industrial growth. It lays down the procedures for the establishment of businesses. It provides the provisions for judicially enforcing the rights of all the parties. Okay, contribute to the building of healthy business relationships, reduce the possibilities of fraud. It helps to maintain equilibrium among business entities. It ensures ethical business conduct also. Now, the scope of business law is also again very vast, as you might now be starting to realize, right? It starting from whether or not I'm allowed to do it. Can I do it alone? Can I do it in partnership? Should I take a should I register my business now? When should I take a GST number? When should I start paying taxes? Should I go for an external audit? How many employees should I keep? How much tax should I pay? Am I eligible for an insurance protection? Or what are my rights? What are my duties? If I am doing a proprietorship, can I change it into a partnership? Can I change it into a limited liability company? If I have partners, then what can I do if one partner tries to cross me? Or can I include more partners? Can I dissolve it? I'm seeing that my business is not giving me profit, so can I dissolve my company? If so, what should I take care? Can I get a bank loan? Everything, anything and everything, A to Z. We say in Malayalam, uppu thottu karpuram vare. Okay, so everything, it's kind of like A to Z. Similarly, other languages also will have that. Everything of a business is included in business law. Therefore, it is a very vast concept. The major sources of this corporate law or this business law, or you can even call it as what you can say, commercial law, mercantile law, different names you can call, but they all mean business law. Okay, the various sources of this corporate business law is, one is definitely our own constitution, various statutes. Okay, what statutes are and what are the various important statutes will come across in the other videos. Okay, just understand statutes. Then case laws, like for example, you if you remember, while Aadhaar was launched, there was a very big discussion going on, right? A case suit was filed, Puttaswamy case it is called, that Aadhaar uh, encroaches our individual rights to privacy. So at that time, accordingly, that is when the right to privacy and intellectual property, those things came into picture most. Okay, then there is cases here and there where there is loyalty. When Kantara released, we have a band called Thaikudam Bridge. So that Varaharubam song, it came into a controversy. So why does these things come up and how is it taken to the court? It is through, you can say, intellectual property rights. All those things are business law related stuff only. They all come under business law as well, as what I am understanding. So these are a few cases. Then there is a EWS, sorry, yeah, EWS bill that is doing its rounds now in the courts now against EWS bill. So these are some of, I think, the major court cases which I can recollect. Then definitely there is always this battle between Apple and Samsung, whether Apple's home button design, okay, Apple's what is the camera layout, those kind of things, right? So they are industrial designs which others can't copy. If they copy or if they feel that it is copied from them, then they can sue them. So all these things are business laws only. Then yeah, then even the consumer protection also, I guess, comes under business laws only. Like people have sued companies like McDonald's and all in the past. um, The reason why mutual fund advertisements started saying mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Please read the offer document carefully in 50 times the speed of what we just said now. Why they have started saying all those things are all because of the judgments passed by our courts during each of these cases. So that is the case laws. Now I hope you understood that. Then our generic customs, which later on becomes business laws in the future. Many laws have come like that. That is the custom at that place where the business is operating, and because of that custom being operating, it slowly becomes the law. Okay, then lots of treaties between other countries, government policies, all those things become sources of creating corporate laws. Now, the basic scheme of litigation actually talks about how exactly, in case of a dispute, can you take it up judicially, like legally, how can you proceed in the case of a litigation. Okay, that is what is meant. So you can either go and try to settle your disputes with the help of courts, or alternatively, without going to courts, through negotiations or through mediations, conciliations, such things. So these are the basic ways in which you can go for litigation. Then another, I would say, the important concept, or I think the last important concept in this unit, in this block, actually block 1, is corporate restructuring. So the word itself is quite clear, right? When you say something is getting restructured, is when the entire structure, internal or external structure, is getting changed. So when corporates are getting restructured or remade, we say corporate restructuring. Simple, right? It is the process of reorganizing a company's, say maybe it is management, then we say restructuring the management. Finances means restructuring the finances, or even its operations, so as to improve the efficiency as well as effectiveness of the company. It can help a company in increasing the productivity, the quality of its products and services, or even reduce its costs. Okay, so that is what corporate restructuring is. Now, what are the various ways in which you can restructure? If you remember Vodafone and Idea, they have now restructured themselves into VI, right? Vodafone India. Similarly, many banks have merged recently. We had SBT, State Bank of Travancore in Kerala, okay, which got merged to SBI, State Bank of India. That happened, I guess, a couple of years back, right? Almost half a decade back, I guess, right? So that has happened. So similarly, there are a lot of other ways. LTI, Mindtree was acquired by, I guess, LTA, so and became LTA Mindtree. So like Byju's has acquired Akash, then Lakshya, all those many different coaching centers Byju's has acquired. Okay, so those are all ways in which corporates restructure. So a few of them could be, as we said, mergers, acquisitions, amalgamations, absorptions, consolidations, takeovers, divestiture. Divestiture means disinvesting in or selling off their shares in some, say, other businesses. That is divestiture. Demerging, joint ventures, buyback of its shares. Okay, so all those things are methods of corporate restructuring. Buyback of shares, disinvest, divestiture, and all these things. Especially if you guys have any idea of stock markets, these things, stock market, you should be aware of these things, right? You would be well aware, at least you have heard these terms. So why do corporates, why do businesses go for this restructuring? What is the purpose? So it could, so divestiture is one such thing where what the reason why they do is because they can focus on core competencies. They could do it for eliminating competition. I guess Byju's must have acquired Lakshya, Akash and all for eliminating the competition. Achieve economies of scale and scope, gain access to R&D technology, diversification, enhancing the public perception, and lot many other reasons could be there for an organization or a corporate to go for restructuring. So those were the major concepts that are covered in block 1. The type of questions that I have observed for business law is from this block is generally, what do you understand by business law, what do you understand by corporate restructuring, explain its scope or significance, such things. So you can kind of like write down this overall picture and keep for 20 marks. So I hope this video was of use to you. And until I see you in the next video, all the best for your term and examinations, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.